Hi y'all, Sandra Sherman here from Guitarversum. Today's jazz time and I'm gonna show you the very famous jazz standard Autumn Leaves in my easy chord melody arrangement I made just for you. Right next I'm gonna perform this in regular tempo, and at the end of the lesson I will have a slow version of this so it's easy for you to follow. I show everything in detail and slowed down. Also, I have tabs for you. There is a link here in the info, so just follow the link. Let's get the jazz party started. All right, arrange this in a way that you have the melody and the chords interchanged, okay? So you play a little melody and then the chords follow. That works very well for this piece. Okay, we are in the key of G minor or B flat major if you want so. And we have a structure of A, B. So we have two A parts. They have variations in the ending, and there's one long B part. Okay, let's start with the first A part. I play hybrid picking, so what I do is I use my pick between thumb and index finger as usual, and I use my middle ring and pinky to play the D, G, and B string. So this is how I play jazz guitar. The advantage is I always have my pick ready when I play melody or solos. You can of course choose to play with your thumb, index, middle, and ring finger, not use the pinky then, okay? That's also possible. Okay, so let's concentrate on the left hand. Okay, I'll play the first phrase. 3, 4, 1. All right, I have my index finger on the 8th fret of the B string, then the 10th fret with the ring finger, 11th fret, and then I switch over to the E string, 11th fret. The whole thing starts on 2, so every first phrase starts on 2, every other phrase starts on 1 end. This starts on 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then we always have the chords. And those chords here are C minor 7, which is on the 8th fret E string with your middle finger, and the ring finger bars across the D, G, and B strings, and the middle finger is more convex, and you put it across your ring finger, okay? Don't put beside, because if you put it left to it, you end up somewhere on the fret next to the 7th fret, okay? All right, so this is C minor 7. Then you rest your hand on the strings again. Don't do this or funny stuff. Just your fingernails, your thumb, it go into the strings. So you have a little thing going on, okay? Can be quiet too if you want to make it a ballad, okay? Then just don't push it as hard, okay? Soft, or practice that first, okay? And then we have an F9 chord, which is just slide everything down and the D string has the index finger now on the 7th fret. So we have 8A, 7D, 8, and 8. It's a bar here, okay? So you go from here to here. And we have that same rhythm throughout the whole song. It's always, okay, what's it? Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and, okay? Next phrase. We stay here, but go to the next note in the key of G minor, which is F. Start here on the 10th fret of G, of the G string. Okay, 10th G, 8B, 10th B, turn to E on the 10th fret. This thing starts on, excuse me, on 1 and. 1 and 3, 4, 1, 2, and then we have our chords again. 1 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and. The chords are B flat major 7 and E flat major 7. The B flat major 7 is on the 6th fret. Obviously here we have a B flat. Then 7th string D string, 7th fret D string. Okay, getting confused here. Pinky goes on the 7th of the G and your middle finger on the 6th of the B. Then you make your rest again, and then you change to E flat major. This is 6A, 8th D, 7G, and 8. Okay? So first try to change those two, and then 3, 4, and okay. Boom, gong. Okay? First two phrases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, third phrase starts on count number 2 again. And now I change my pattern. I go from here to here. Because I just stay where I am, this is where I was. And now I put my ring finger down to the 8th fret of G. So 8G, 6B, 8B, and 8E. Okay, and then we have chords again. Those are a little tough in the beginning if you've never played them before. Those are A half diminished to D7 flat 9. I couldn't make those easier because those are the chords of the song. So you gotta learn those. A half diminished is, I highly recommend playing this with your thumb because it's a lot easier to change to D7 flat 9 then, okay? So you get used to that. I have a really small thumb, so if I can do it, you can do it. I'm pretty sure. You don't have to go like this, just touch it a bit and that's okay. 5th fret E string, then your middle finger goes on the D string, 5th, ring finger 5th, and index is on the 4th of the B. That's an A half diminished, okay? And now we change it over, we have our rest, and we change it over to D7 flat 9, and that's not that bad now, because all we have to do is lift our thumb. Middle finger goes up 1 string to the A string, and the index slides up to the D string as a bar chord. So what we get now is 5A, 4D, 5G, and still 4 of B because we have the bar here. 5, 4, 5, 4. Please don't fret it like this, okay? That's cheesy. So, okay? Okay, third phrase. 1. And a fourth phrase, then I'll repeat everything. Slide up 2 with your ring finger. Okay, don't leave everything, don't lift everything. Just leave it as it is and slide 2 up. 7, 5B, 7B, 6E. This starts on the 1 and again, I think. 1 and 3, 4, 1, 2, G minor 7 to G7 sharp 5. G minor 7 is the same as the C minor 7 we learned in the first bar, just on the 3rd fret. 3rd E, 3, 3, 3. And then we go over to G7 sharp 5, or G7 flat 13, you might want to call this too. This is 3rd with the index, 3rd with the middle finger, 4th and 4th. Okay? That's an altered chord. In some books it's not written like that, but most jazzers play it like that because that's a 5 chord wanting to go back to the 1 chord, to the C minor chord when we repeat the A part. Okay? So that gives us a little more tension, and then it resolves to the 1 chord. That's what we want in jazz. Okay, so the last phrase was okay, all 4 phrases, whole A part, A1 part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, for the A2 part, it's basically the same as the first A part, with slight variations in the rhythm structure, and in the end we have 2 bars of G minor 7. Okay, let's get started. Starts absolutely the same as the first one. And now we have a variation going on. So instead of just chuck, we play. I play the whole B flat chord once, and then for the second beat I play only the high notes, the fingers, middle ring and pinky. I don't play the bass anymore. So we have 1 and then there's a rest. This is not 1 and, I'm sorry, this is 3 and 4. And then we have E flat major 7. Okay, so same as before. Okay, then same as before. Now we have a slight rhythmic variation. 1, 2, 3, and okay. In the first A part we had 2, 3, 4, 1. Now we want to syncopate it a little more, so it gets a little more busy. 1, 2, 3, and okay. The notes are exactly the same as phrase number 3. We are already, yeah. And now we have the chords. Same as before, A half diminished going to D7 flat 9, okay? All 3 of them. 1, 2. Okay. Phrase number 4 differs now because we go up here. Okay, from here to, there's a fly here. From 5th fret E string to 8 to 6 to 8 B string. And now we have to do 2 bars of G minor, and we don't want to play. So what we do is we chromatically approach it. Oh, you didn't see that, I'm sorry. We chromatically approach it by G minor, F sharp minor, that's the chromatic approach, back again to G minor, okay? Okay, and then what then follows is the pickup for the B part. So I play the whole A2 part for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yippee! All right, you gotten that far? Let's have the B part. The B part is a tiny little bit more difficult. It uses actually the same chords, but it has some chromatic stuff in there, but shouldn't be hard to do. I think you can manage that. Okay, let's start with the pickup to the B part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, we start on the 2 and. So this is 1, 2, and 3. And we start on the B string at the 8th fret, going to the 7th, back to the 8th, to the 10th. Then we switch to the G string 7 and back to the B string 10. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and. Okay, one more time. 1, 2 and 3, 4. Okay, in the chord sheet now it says A half diminished to D7 whatever altered. So what I'm doing, I don't want to go too much into detail because there's a lot of theory behind this. I'm targeting this chord, which is actually a diminished chord that substitutes the D7 flat 9 chord. Okay, here's the D and the 10th fret of the E string, and we play this chord, 9A, 10th D, 8th G, and 10th of the B string. That's an F sharp diminished chord, standing for D7 flat 9, and we chromatically approach it instead of the A half diminished. We chromatically approach that D7 flat 9 chord by playing it the flat 7 flat 9 chord. Okay? So just start 1 fret below, 8, 9, 7, 9, and then go up. Okay, the whole phrase is, you can make a pull off in the first, for the first 2 notes. Okay, 1, 2. A nice little trick is stay here, move 1 to the left, and here you go. Wrap around the other fingers. Okay? Then we start from this finger where we just where we are actually, that's B string 10th fret. So we have 10, 8, then I actually switch to the ring finger because otherwise I would have to jump around with my pinky all the time. And 10 again and 11. And actually it's 2 11s in a melody. What we want to do is we want to play the second one as a chord. As this chord, the G minor 7 chord. But we want to chromatically approach it again. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, it sounds like this. Okay, one more time. Okay, I showed you this already. Now we play a G minor 7. This is played as a bar chord actually. A 10, D 8th, 10 on the G, and 8 by bar, having a bar chord here, again 8. 10, 8, 10, 8. Just the middle 4 strings. Okay, we don't play the E strings. Play it like this if you have longer fingers than me, or if you have as short fingers as I am, you can bar it, but don't play the E string. Then I go to the F sharp minor 7 chord, which is on the 9th fret bar, and the ring finger goes on the 10th of the D, and the middle finger goes on the, 11th, sorry, and the middle finger goes on the 10th of the B string. So that's a regular F sharp minor 7 chord. And then that's a chromatic approach to the G minor 7, a half step above. Okay, so I go from G minor 7, F sharp minor 7 to G minor 7. Boom, chakang. Okay, the whole phrase. Okay, the first two phrases of the B part. 1 and 2. All right, we start where we ended on the middle finger. Next phrase. Okay, pull off, or don't if you don't like to. 11 to 10 on the B string. 11 again, 13th. And we have chords again, C minor 7 to F9. That's the same that we started out on the A1 part. Okay, 8, 8, 8, 8, and 8, 7, 8, 8. Okay. Okay, first three phrases on the B part. 1, 2. Okay, third phrase starts on the G string of 10th fret. Okay, G string, 10th fret, 13th fret of the E string, and 11th fret of the E string, and 10th fret of the E string. And everything goes starts on the one end. 3, 4, 1. Oops, 1. Okay, we go over to B flat major 7. We had this before. 6, 7, 7, 6. And what I'm doing now is I'm splitting the strings. I start with the bass only. Okay, this one. And then I play my middle ring and pinky finger twice. Do, do, do. Okay. And then I go over to E flat major and play everything. Okay. Low, high, high, everything. The E flat major we had already too, so that was 6A, 8, 7th, 8. Okay, the whole phrase. Okay, first 4 phrases of the B part. 1, 2. All right, phrase number 5. We jump over from here with the middle finger to the 10th fret of the E string. I'll play it for you once. Okay, we start on the 10th of the E string, make a pull-off or not, whatever you prefer. I prefer pull-off to the 9th. Then I hit the 10th again. Now I slide over, but you don't hear the slide actually, to the 11th fret, and I play an A half diminished. There's a lot of A half diminished chords now. You bar over the 10th fret with your index, the middle finger's on the 11th, and your ring finger is on the G string 12th. So we have 10, 12, 10, 11. It's an A half diminished, just like this one, but higher. Okay. You play it twice. Then it changed to another A half diminished. Here's the A on the 7th of the D string, and we have 8, 8, 8. And you play twice too. So we have those twos are faster. And then I go over to a D7 flat 9 chord, which is here we have a diminished chord again, substituting for the D7 flat 9. This is a G string 4, E string 5, B string 4, and E string 5. Okay. The whole phrases. And then you wait for quite a long time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you do then is you slide up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frets till you reach the 10th to 11th fret. Same shape. Because this is still a D7 flat 9 chord. Diminished chords are symmetrically built, so they repeat themselves every three frets. So 1, 2, 3. Here, here's the same chord again. The tones are just switched around, but same chord, it's just higher, and 3 are up. 1, 2, 3, same chord. So moving from here, 6th up is the same chord. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last part of this song is G minor 7. This is a bar chord on the 10th fret. Here is G. Then we have the 12th on D, 10 because of the bar, 11th on the B, and 10th here. This time we're not going to play the inner 4 strings, but we play the bass, of course, the A string, and then the upper 3 strings. We play the G with the middle finger here, the B, and the pinky plays the E, okay? Or if you want to play just with fingers, then it's without pinky. Okay, no matter how, you should get this chord. This is the highest note, okay, not this one. Okay, you count to 2, 1, 2, you chromatically move down a half step, 1, 2, 3, 4, another 1 to F minor, and now you play all strings, the ones we played before, and now just the high strings, middle ring and pinky. No bass in the second beat. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and rest. Change over to B flat 7. That's a B flat in the 6th of E, 6th of D, and 7th of G. And you play just those 3, so there's no pinky involved here. And then I add the 13th of that chord, which lies on the 8th fret of the B string. I play that with my pick, or you could also play it with the pinky, but I prefer the pick. It sounds a little more louder. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 4. Then you just turn your finger over to the E string. You stay here, and we have an E flat 13th chord. The chord sheet would say E flat major 7. Most jazzes don't do that because we want to get more tension again. This is a sub 5 tritone substitute. If you don't know what that is, just forget it. Just for the advanced players, you might want to know. So this E7 resolves into D7 and then finally resolves into G minor. Okay, that's why we don't play a boring E flat major. We play E flat dominant. Okay, we are on the 5th of D string, 6 of G, 6 of B. This is a bar. And then the pinky plays the 8th of the E string. Okay, it comes from this E flat 9 chord. So we have an E flat 9, 13th chord. Okay, just hold it till 3 and or 4. 1, 2, 3. And then you go to the 6th fret of the E string, yeah. 1, 2, 3, and the last chords. That's a D7 flat 9 again. We had this already. 4, 5, 4, 5 on the high 4 strings. Okay, so we go from here. 1, 2, 3, and... Okay, from here, you play the high string again. I played with my pick. Then the 6th fret with the pick. 3rd fret of the B string. Okay. I just slide over there. And then I stay there, fret it, bar it over the 3 chords for the last chord. Okay, this is going to be a G minor, no 7 in there. 3, 3, 3, and I fret the 3rd of the E string with my thumb. So I have those 3 strings and the bass. You can also arpeggiate it. Okay, last phrase. So it's all right. I play the whole B part for you now in slow motion. 1 and 2. Well, then I hope this little lesson helped you a bit in advancing in chord melody style playing. Don't forget to download the tab from my website. There is a link down below in the info. If you like the video, please like the video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested, please subscribe to my channel and see you next time. Ciao.